They won the Tickford 500 at Sandown last year. Russell Ingall and Larry Perkins, superior.
Now look at this. Now, if they
decisions.
That was a superb decision on behalf of Ingall, because there's every chance that these two guys could go off because it is really treacherous. And this is, you'd have to say with Larry's thing, I can't understand why they have those 5 bolts.
Oh, red flag. Well, the race has been stopped. Obviously the officials, I'm not sure, everyone out there on slick tyres, and the rain hit so hard, maybe they thought it was too dangerous a situation.
Oh, yeah, but I have to say, hang on a second, in my opinion, they should just left that the way it was. People can come into the pits the way Ingall has. He was the wise guy, he's straight in, whacked the wets on, and I think that's unfair to Ingall.
Oh, poor old Garth Tander won't be feeling so great at the moment after having a handy buffer over the 2 Mobil 1 boys. So a red flag situation here at Queensland Raceway as the rain buckets down after a great first race weather-wise. Now this was the prediction for the entire weekend here just outside of Ipswich for rain. We were quite fortunate earlier today, but not the situation at the moment.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? There's the whole red flag out there stopping the race, and you'd have to say that I wouldn't think that Russell, he looks at Russell shaking his head, he wouldn't be happy. You know, he was the guy that had the bottle. He came in to change onto wet tyres, and basically they've stopped the race. That's just a shame.
Well, plenty of action from Queensland Raceway today. Round 7 of the Shell Championship Series as a furious Russell Ingall sits in his car. We'll be back on the other side of this. Welcome back to Queensland Raceway. Well, we've had it all here today. Sunshine, good racing, a little bit of rain, and there's still one more race to go. Plus this, 6 laps remaining in the second race as they regrid, and there's the green flag at the back. Well, can Garth Tander hang on for the second part, if you wish? He's got the inside run. Lowndes is the outside. Watch the lights.
Lounsey!
Craig Lowndes gets away to a brilliant start, and Scape and Ingall, here they come.
Yeah.
So Russell Ingall moves in front of Mark Scape. He hangs on to second spot, and Tander has gone back to 5th.
Well, that's a shame for Tander. He's on the dirty side of the circuit, and you know, in the dry there's no grip there. In the rain, it's absolutely no grip. You see, he lost 3 places.
That was an outstanding start by John Faulkner, who was back in 12th position. Faulkner's there in what, 6th or 7th? So great start by John Faulkner.
It's very important that Tander keeps his cool here, because the results from this race will be an aggregate of the 2 halves, and he was something like 2.5 seconds or 2.8 seconds in the lead in that first half of the race. So by the time they've done all their arithmetic, after this, if he's in a good position, he can still win it. So it's really up to the mathematicians to sort out who the winner of this is.
Bargwanna and Seaton working their way through from behind as Radicic menaces Mark Scape in the number 2 Mobile Holden Racing Team Commodore. This is the view back from Russell Ingall's car.
Everyone's gone out.
Mark Scape's car.
Everyone's gone out on wet weather tyres for this one. There's only 6 laps, so
Yeah, just about should be okay, Mark. Because there is a dry-ish line, but I don't think that looks pretty dry there. But everybody's in the same boat, so it should be quite fun when they do get the blocks on the tyres really get hot, because it gets all jelly-like.
Magnificent start in this second part by Stephen Richards in the wins car, who is there in 9th position, just ahead of his teammate Greg Murphy.
okay, so on our timing monitor, on aggregate this is, it's Garth Tander who's still leading the race, Craig Lowndes and Russell Ingall. It's a very different thing to what you're seeing on the track, but we guarantee you we'll sort it out by the time this race is finished, and we'll give you the full finishing results from Heat 2. Hard under brakes. Down the end, Tander comes for a look on the outside.
Tander just needs to stay as close as he can. A beautiful over and under move on Radicic.
Oh, nice one. But he's on the wrong side of the road.
Radicic.
Is if he can, yes, Radicic.
Good outbraking manoeuvre there by Paul Radicic. Holds the inside line through the mid part. Look at Stephen Richards in the wins Commodore. Right there with Garth Tander. This is a great showing by him, and he slips up the inside of Garth Tander.
Yeah,
Faulkner's back there as well.
Garth car didn't turn in too well coming out of turn 5. That allowed Richards to slip up the inside of the wins machine. So on aggregate, Tander is still leading this race, but boy, it's going to come very, very close if he slips back anymore. 4 laps remaining. He's going to lose the lead of this race.
Yeah, he needs to stay as close as he can, and he didn't need Stephen Richards to duck up the inside.
Absolutely, I was just going to say the same thing. It's in actual fact, aggregate-wise, Mark, I would say that's done the trick already. You know, because it looks more than enough behind.
Last lap around, he was only 1/10 of a second on aggregate ahead of Craig Lowndes, so I'm pretty sure he would have lost that position yet. Lowndes now has gone through into the lead on aggregate.
Faulkner helping himself big time as well. He's gone up, moved up one position better into 11th. As Radicic still there with Scape. So the good start by the still sponsorless John Faulkner has helped him one position better. So time running out. Paul Radicic still trying to make a move on Mark Scape. And Radicic the top of the Ford runners at the moment, and behind him Bow and Bright as we look forward to round 8 of this year's Shell Championship Series from Melbourne's Calder Park, and we'll see you there a few weeks' time on July 25. Still, this is on aggregate. Lowndes leads Tander. Although Tander well back in terms of on the track. There he is there in the Valvoline Cummins Commodore. He's gone back on Stephen Richards. Chasing out after Paul Radicic.
Yeah, that puts Tander into second position, 1.4 seconds behind Lowndes on aggregate. Keep in mind this is a race split into 2 halves because of that rain shower. So 3 laps remaining. We're getting some great pictures out of the back of Mark Scape's mobile Commodore.
I think we might see something here, Mark, because I know that it looks like Paul Radicic is really getting impatient, and he's still on the wrong side, really.
Yeah, Scape's beautifully positioned as they brake hard.
Very frustrating for Paul.
250 k's right down to about 70. They come out of the... Oh,
Tander's got him.
Radicic had a terrible exit from that corner. Tander up the inside of the Valvoline
so.
car.
No, I think Radicic will have it because of the proper side of the road, on the left-hand side, yes.
Similar situation that Tander found himself in earlier with Paul Radicic heading into the mid part of the Queensland Raceway circuit. They head up into that loop in the centre and then back down to the second very tight hairpin before the run onto the main straight. We're running out of laps in this very quick sprint.
So on aggregate car, Tander has gone, oh geez, it's constantly changing. We might leave this final result sheet until these cars cross the line, because it's constantly changing depending on the gaps these cars had in the first part of this race. So we'll just call it as they are on the track at the moment and let the mathematicians sort that one out. Oh, look at that big slide.
Oh, that's it. The tyres are really getting hot now. Oh, look, everybody hanging around now.
This is great stuff. 2 laps remaining. Looking at these big...
And the more they slide, the more the hotter the blocks get, and the more sort of, it's like driving a bowl of jelly with a steering wheel. When they really get hot, you see them come out of a corner and the thing will wobble from side to side, and that makes the problem even worse because it heats the blocks up even more then.
I've always said,
look at it.
I've always said these cars should race.
Look.
Radicic couldn't quite get through there on Mark Scape again. Well, talk before this event that this may be a repeat of Darwin because the Mobile Holden Racing team didn't have any previous data from the Queensland Raceway. Well, it's proving that's not the case, with Craig Lowndes doing a terrific job out in front. Mark Scape not too far behind either, but he's being hassled. Here comes Tander again. The run on Paul Radicic, he goes to the outside. Now he's trying to get himself on the right side for this run into the middle, but he's got a long way to catch up on Radicic. 1 more lap left to run in race 2, round 7 of the Shell Championship Series. And Radicic goes up ahead of Mark Scape. Let's see what Garth Tander can do about Mark Scape. We saw him in the opening race. Slip up the inside of Mark Scape.
I would say he's really got nowhere to go.
No, the outside into these tight corners.
Mark is just going to stay right in the right place. You see, he's still on the wrong side of the road, even if he can get level with Mark.
Well, as of the last lap, the way it stands on aggregate, Craig Lowndes has a 1.7 second lead over Garth Tander, Russell Ingall third, Scape fourth, and Radicic fifth. Now, obviously, that's not the way it stands on the track. That's the first 9 laps, followed by this second 6 laps joined together as we watch great pictures of Garth
run
Tander.
out of that. Great run, but he can't get anywhere, you see, unless he goes over the top of him.
Which is obviously the long way around. This is the run to the line. And what's been a rain-interrupted second race will go Craig Lowndes' way. He takes out race 2. Now Russell Ingall across the line in second. Now we will update you on the final aggregate positions a little later on, but a good strong run towards the end. But Craig Lowndes will get there. There's no doubt about that. Lowndes there for the win in race 2. And that looks ominous for race 3. Russell Ingall, a great result, second. So the Enforcer having a very consistent run here at Queensland Raceway. If you remember, he won the last 2 races at Lakeside last year. We heard him say earlier he enjoys his time in Queensland. So a solid performance after being disappointed when he came in to change to wets. It's all worked out okay for the Enforcer. And John Bowe, a good solid run for him also. After a frustrating time in race 1. Bowe, looking at our timing monitors, ended up around about 7th in race 2. But as we said, we will confirm these places, the official finishing order on the other side of this break. But of course, our very popular and exciting Ford XR8 competition. If you'd like to win a new XR8 and plenty of other goodies, here's the details on how.